today I'm going to show you how you can get your high-headed horse to lower his head and keep it lowered. And it's a very simple exercise. You can start the walk, work your way up to the canter. I'll just start up the trot. But I specifically didn't warm up Charlie because when I first get on him, he could be a little high-headed. And I don't want to have to, pick up on those reins to try to get him to lower his head and keep it lowered. So I like to do this exercise. And the exercise is it's rewarding him. It's rewarding him for lowering his head and keeping it lowered. That way, I don't have to be in his face, in his mouth, and try to convince him to lower his head. It's a great warm-up exercise for high-headed horses. It's a great exercise for horses that are nervous and anxious especially when you first get on them. It helps them to relax. So it's just a circle. It's just a very simple exercise, and it's a great exercise. Let's start trotting the trot. I'm not going to have any contact. Just going to tip his nose in, keep him bent. Charlie already knows this exercise, so I don't know if you've seen that. He lowered his head just a little bit, so I let him stop. I'm going to reward him. And then Charlie, he'll figure out, oh yeah, if I lower my head and keep it lowered, I get to stop and get rewarded. So you don't have to come down to the stop. You can just come right back down to the walk. But it works better for the stop to Charlie. So I don't have any contact. I might have to tip his nose in just a little bit in the inside rein, but right there, he lowered his head. And reward him for that. Good. So if I keep doing this, he's going to keep his head lower. He's going to keep it down there. He's already doing it. He's already slowed down. He's so smart, buddy. So it's a really basic exercise. You don't have any contact. You're just going to tip his nose in because you want to get some bend. And by getting that bend, it's going to help that horse relax. And the horse that's relaxed will lower his head and he'll keep it lowered. Good. So Charlie, it takes a while for him to lower his head, way down there like that. But if I keep working on this exercise, he'll start riding around with his head a lot lower. But I like this exercise, especially for warm-up exercise. He just did a deep sigh. It helps a anxious, nervous horse to relax. It helps the high-headed horse to lower his head. So, the horse figures out that he gets rewarded if he lowers his head and keeps it lowered. That way, you're not always just in their face and pulling on their mouth and trying to get them to lower their heads. Let it be their idea.